Hello and welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate you so much for doing that. So let's go ahead and cover this. So this is very interesting. It's no surprise that the Activision is being acquired by Microsoft. The Sony is showing a little bit of a weakness here, if I have to say myself. They're showing weakness, especially if this is true. But if in this kind of industry, it's very, very, very competitive. You have PC player, you have the Switch, you have Microsoft, you have Nintendo, then you have Amazon that's also trying to get in on a piece of that gaming industry. Now, what separates those big corporations from Microsoft is Microsoft has been making games for a really long time. It's just like Sony. Sony's been making games way longer. They have a bunch of different IPs that they can bring up from the dead. They can resurrect SOCOM if they chose to. They can do that. But the fact that they're holding Call of Duty so high regard and saying that they cannot develop anything to match it is just mind-boggling. It to me is like a boxer throwing in the towel, even though he's got the edge. It makes absolutely no sense because right now PlayStation 5s, you cannot find a single PlayStation 5 in the shelves. That's how popular the PlayStation is. It's extremely popular. You can't find a single one at the store if you want to go buy one. Doesn't matter where you go. Walmart, Best Buy, Target, you know, Amazon online, Sony Direct. Doesn't matter where you go. You will not find a single PlayStation 5. So this article is a little bit of it's mind blowing to me, to be honest, even though Sony's like way ahead right now. But that can all change. So let's go ahead and cover these couple articles, which is interesting. It's been a while since I made a gaming video. It's been a minute. So let's go ahead and cover these three articles that I find interesting. All right, as I have stated, I have three articles here for you guys. We have Microsoft Xbox exclusives Call of Duty would simply not be profitable. I don't believe that one bit. Um, and then you have this other article. Is Sony right to be worried about Call of Duty? And then you have this one right here. Xbox has accused Sony of paying developers Game Pass block fees. That is insane, bruh. Insane, 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 insane. Now, this article, I might read like a cliff note of it, just like all the other articles. I will be leaving a link to the description if you want to go read the articles yourself. They're very, I think this one was a really good read, and a couple of different information that's in it. I just have like the cliff notes. Um, but anyway, let's go ahead and start with this article. So, they're comparing, pretty much there's other games that are way popular than, Call of Duty, obviously. I mean, look at the Nintendo Switch as a classic example. There's not a single Call of Duty game that's on the Switch, and yet it is selling like gangbusters. Nintendo is making money over there, even though they don't have one of the biggest franchises in their platform. So I don't know why Sony is so scared. Now, I don't know, but let me go ahead and read some of this stuff for you guys before I go off in a tangent and whatever. Microsoft isn't interested in the battle of console boxes. That's because they're thinking way beyond that. It believes the future of game is going to be through streaming and subscriptions. Call of Duty isn't so much of a reason to buy an Xbox console, but a reason to subscribe to Game Pass subscription service, which I agree with that sentiment. And then, so the marketing writes itself. Fed up spending $70 every year on this game, want extra in-game items, points. Subscribe to Game Pass instead. You can even stream it on your mobile phone from the cloud. PlayStation knows the power of Call of Duty wields. It cites that the deal struck with Activision giving PS4 owners early access to Call of Duty DLC as a factor in early success of the console. I mean, to be honest, when the PlayStation 4 first came out, it was the more attractive console because Microsoft at the time had Don Matrick, which was making all the wrong moves when it comes to Xbox. He was literally making all the wrong moves. He wanted the Xbox to be the center of your entertainment, your Xbox One, so you can have all your TV stuff in there, all your streaming services in there, pretty much all your games are in there. Everything is going to be in that one box. That's why it is called the Xbox One, because it's the one device to rule them all, like the Lord of the Rings. But when the PlayStation 4 first came out, that was the better, it was priced right. Sony was doing all the right moves, and then Microsoft at that time, they were pushing the digital licensing, and that was a whole just a clusterfuck. But I'm so glad that they reversed course and got a new CEO and Phil Spencer, and he's been amazing. He's been a blessing to Xbox, to be completely honest with you guys. Anyway, as a factor in the early success of console, even though we can state, which is at the minute, Call of Duty remains a behemoth of a franchise, particularly in North America, and that is some truth there. Should Sony be worried? I don't know, because to be honest, like I've stated in my early on in the video, that Sony is leading the pack. Like, their console is hot as hell right now. You can't find it on store shelves. That's how popular it is. Now, when they make stupid statements like, "Oh, we're scared of Call of Duty, Microsoft acquiring them, we don't know what we're gonna do," dude, you are leading the way. Right now, you are top tier. You are number one. You have the games. Microsoft isn't there yet when it comes to the games. PlayStation is clearly destroying Microsoft when it comes to the games right now. And that's okay. I'm a gamer, so therefore I have both consoles. I have an Xbox, I have my PC, as well as the PlayStation 5. Right now, PlayStation 5 is getting dusty because there's not much games for me to play on it. But I think putting all your eggs in the Call of Duty box is not the right way. I think that Sony should definitely reach back into their past and grab some of those games and maybe dust them off, remaster them, remake them, whatever you got to do, and bring them out. All right, so here's the next article. Microsoft Xbox exclusive Call of Duty would simply not be profitable. And I say that is a lie. That is a lie. Because Xbox it's on its way to 100 million subscribers, right? And that's without the acquisition fully happening. Like, it's done deal. Well, it's almost done deal, but it's not there yet. Once, Xbox starts putting in Activision stuff on Game Pass, then that number will drastically increase. And then another thing too, you can't forget about the PC players. The PC gaming is still the best place to play. It's completely free. You don't have to pay for anything. And that's what I love about it. I don't have to pay for anything. But anyway, Sony's implicit concerns about Sony's implicit concerns about Sony's content exclusivity about Activision Blizzard are unwarranted. Microsoft incentives are to continue making Activision Blizzard games available on rival consoles. Microsoft said in a response to regulators. Xbox head Phil Spencer has previously said Microsoft would continue to honor current contractual obligations to publish the shooter on the platforms. Now, this is the reason why Sony is so scared. I think it's covered on the previous article. They're scared because, Call of Duty is going to be like advertising for Game Pass. It's literally an ad for Game Pass because you can play it on Game Pass for $14 a month. And that's it. You don't have to pay $70 for it or even $99 for it. And you get in-game items, and it might be releasing early on the Xbox Game Pass as well too, because they can do that. They own it, So After that, like the contracts are done with with Sony, then Microsoft can go ahead and say, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and give you this perk. You can have this if you pre-order, you get this, and you get all these in-game items and stuff like that. So that's what Sony is completely scared of, is all that money that they could be getting from Call of Duty is going to be going over to Microsoft, and that's their biggest fear. And the fact that for Microsoft, it's a great move because you're still going to be making money off those PlayStation fans, and they're spending money on add-ons and stuff like that, which you can get for free on Xbox, possibly free. I think that they might keep the battle system in place, or battle whatever. I think they'll keep that in place because that's moneymaker. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. To me, I think it's just that Sony is showing weakness here when you shouldn't be showing weakness at all. I think that you just got to build up your platform. The fact that they don't have a day and date games coming on their PlayStation subscription services, like the other ones, the extras and all that, essentials and all that, like the tiers, the new PlayStation Plus per se. If they had a day and date games, like if you want to play the new Spider-Man game, all you got to do is just subscribe into this tier, and then you get to play it instead of having to pay $70. $70 still stings. I don't care who you are, where you're coming from. $70 still stings. I don't buy games for $70. I try to get them for less than that. But sometimes there is a game that I want to play, and I just have to wait a little bit because I don't want to spend that $70. But I will be spending that $70 on the God of War. Yeah. Yes, I'll be spending it on God of War. Anyway, so here's the next article. And yeah. So the title is Xbox has accused Sony of paying developers Game Pass block fees. And like I said, I just highlighted certain areas because, otherwise we're going to be here all day. We'll be leaving a link to all the stuff that I read on the description. Indeed, Microsoft's ability to continue expanding Game Pass has been obstructed by Sony's desire to inhabit such growth. Sony pays for blocking rights to prevent developers from adding content to Game Pass and other competing subscription services, which is kind of scummy. Elsewhere in the document, Microsoft claimed that Sony does not want attractive subscription services to threaten its dominance in the digital distribution market for console games, arguing, in other words, Sony rails against the introduction of new monetization models capable of challenging its own business models. So it doesn't want you to play those games on Game Pass. They want you to play it on the PlayStation Plus service. Honestly, both services are great, but I still prefer Microsoft's, better because you get the first games, like the best of the best. Like I can't wait to play Plague's Tale, and the fact that I don't have to pay for that, it's amazing. And down the road with the games that are coming out this year and more games that are coming out next year, it's a great time to be in whatever camp that you're in. You're going to play some amazing games this year, and you're going to be playing some amazing games next year. If it's not for first party, we got third party. Calypso Protocol. That's one of the hypest games this year, and that's coming to all platforms, so you don't have to choose. You can play wherever you want. But anyways, my thoughts, I think overall thoughts on this matter. We all know what's going on. It's all about money. At the end of the day, I don't care. I don't care. As long as these companies are competing against each other, at the end of the day, we, the gamers, are going to be the one that's, benefiting. When Microsoft and Sony compete, the players win. It's when you have one franchise that's dominating the industry. Therefore, there's no need for it to change. Classic example like FIFA, Madden, NBA 2K. Those three games right there have no competition. And therefore, they're completely garbage. To an extent, I don't even like for me, I prefer, a little bit of a story mode when it comes to those kind of franchises, like the one I just stated, FIFA, Madden, and NBA 2K. Um, since NBA Live no longer exists because EA just couldn't get it right, 2K has been going on a downhill spiral. Same thing with FIFA. FIFA now is just all about money, microtransactions, and loot boxes and all that good stuff. That's what FIFA is all about, just making as much money as it can from players. And then unfortunately, that's just how it is. So I think Sony needs to just buckle down, reach back into your catalog, your plethora of catalog that you have, tons and tons of games that you can, revitalize, invent something new. You've been purchasing all these studios. You bought Bungie. Now make something out of it. Make a great shooter. I mean, well, you technically have Destiny 2 also. But you have that. You have Bungie. Bungie makes amazing games. Now have Bungie make you something completely new. You can do it. You own it. But anyway, if you enjoy the content, as always, make sure to like and subscribe. And you have yourself a very beautiful day, because I'm out.